Lights, camera, action!
What up, friends? Back again with another screenwriting video. That's right, more screenwriting content, because that's what y'all came for, right? This one's gonna be short, it's gonna be quick. I guess yet another rant type video, but you know, this is something that I see my fellow screenwriters do, and it annoys the everlasting shit out of me. So I just want to address it really quick. Even though some of y'all do this, I still love you. I love you all. Please, no beef. No beef. Or what do the kids say? I don't want no smoke. No smoke. I'm just expressing how I feel. So recently, the series finale of Better Call Saul aired, right? Never seen Better Call Saul. I've only seen one episode of Breaking Bad. I hear that they are excellent shows. I would like to get into them one day at some point. But apparently, yeah, the series finale of Better Call Saul recently aired, and I'm not sure who wrote and directed the episode, but just based on what I'm going to talk about, based on something that I saw on Twitter, I think it was someone named Peter Gould, right? So someone shared a page from the script of the Better Call Saul finale, written by Peter Gould. And, you know, the script, the way it's written, like it's all over the place with like formatting, words are bolded and italicized, and the way the action is described, like, you know, like characters' internal feelings or whatever are expressed in the script. Like, you know, it's very unconventional. That's what I'll say. It looks very unconventional on the page. And I can only imagine that, you know, it served the actors and the director. I don't know if Gould directed the episode as well, but I can only assume that the way that this script was written and the way that it looks on the page just like really helped inform the performances and shaped how the episode was directed, how it was shot, everything like that. And that's marvelous. That's fantastic. I'm just like, yes, cool. But the message that came along with this page when it was tweeted out was something along the lines of, see, screenwriters, you know, you can break the rules. You can, you know, do whatever you want in your screenplay as long as you have an effective story. And my thing is, that is probably very true for someone like Peter Gould, who is in a position to where he can write this episode of Better Call Saul. But for folks like me, I'm still an emerging writer. I'm still trying to get up in there. I can't break rules like that. And the thing is, the vast majority of us can't break rules like that. This isn't the first time that I've seen people say this or whatever. You know, people like to cite, and this is the thing that I want screenwriters to stop doing. Everyone's just like, oh, you can break the rules. Story is all that matters. No one cares about how the script looks. No one cares about formatting. It's all about story. And normally I would agree with that. But again, these rules are put in place to kind of, I mean, honestly, the rules are a gatekeeping tactic, right? They're looking to separate the wheat from the chaff, right? And if you give someone who is in a position to read your script, if you give them a reason to say no, more often than not, they're gonna say no, because no one wants to read a script. So my thing is, adhere to the rules. Format your screenplay properly. Tell your great story, but format your screenplay properly. Once you get to the Peter Gould level, then you can break all the rules and do whatever you want to do. So just to get back to what I was going to say, you know, I've seen people use examples like Robert Towne and Quentin Tarantino and the guys that wrote A Quiet Place as examples of rule breaking, and, you know, this is what we can do. It's just like, Quentin Tarantino can write his screenplays the way that he does because he is Quentin Tarantino. The man won the Oscar for Best Original Screenplay with Pulp Fiction, which was his second film. It's like his fourth screenplay, but his second film. Oscar-winning screenwriter that early in his career. Do whatever the shit he wants to do with his screenplays. No one's gonna tell him no. He's Quentin Tarantino. Tarantino says he's going to write a script, people are going to read it no matter what. This is why his scripts are very novelistic. This is why he can get away with, you know, all the little quirkiness in his scripts. And even if you read Pulp Fiction, it's still a little more traditional. Yeah, you can see those early flashes of, you know, Tarantino-isms, but even the script of Pulp Fiction it's a lot more traditional in its presentation, the way it's written, than say like the script for Django Unchained or The Hateful Eight. Compare them. You know, if you're a screenwriter, you should be reading screenplays, so you can find them for free. Compare them. Or when people talk about the script for A Quiet Place, which includes all sorts of graphics, like, you know, I think like the Statue of Liberty is in the script, and the Monopoly game board, like there's an actual graphic of like, you know, the game board in the script or whatever. It's just like, they could get away with it. Now, even though I think those screenwriters, forgive me, I believe they go by Scott Beck. Even though those screenwriters, you know, were at the time they'd written A Quiet Place, even though they were new, they were still repped. Like, this wasn't their first script. They were still essentially vetted by the industry, so they could get away with it. Like, once you kind of made it past a certain point, then you can experiment and try to get away with shit, because you're being vouched for. You know, if I have an agent at CAA and he's just like, hey, my client has a script, and the script has board game graphics in it, people are still going to give it a shot because it's coming from my agent at CAA. I've been vetted. It's not, you know what I'm saying? So the rule breaking, you have to get to a certain point before you can start breaking rules. This is my belief anyway. And I mean, look, like I said, I'm still on the come up myself, but I can't tell you the number of times people reach out to me all the time and they're just like, hey Jay, can you read my script? And they hand me like a 300-page, I don't know what. It's not a script. It's not even a novel. It's just a collection of sentences. And you know, it's like, okay, I've agreed to take a look at this, and you've handed me something that's not at all what I'm expecting to get. It doesn't look like a screenplay. It doesn't read like a screenplay. And so when I look at it and I get it, I'm just like, you know, I'm not reading this. Now, I'm a nobody. Imagine what a producer or a manager or a development exec or an actor or just anyone in a position of power who can do something with your screenplay, imagine what their reaction would be if they get this experimental, rule-breaking document that doesn't look like a screenplay and doesn't follow screenplay rules. It's just like, I just want y'all to think. Just think and understand why things are the way they are. We all feel like that we are going to be the exception. We're going to be the ones to do shit so differently that we're going to change the game. And look, that person might be out there. But the reality is, it's not likely going to be you. I don't think it's going to be me. So I'm going to follow the rules because I'm not trying to hurt my chances in breaking in. I know some of y'all are not going to want to hear this. Y'all are going to be like, no, Jay, fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about. Maybe I don't. This is how I feel. I want y'all to stop. Stop using the work from established screenwriters who break the rules as proof that you, as a newbie, can break the rules. That's it. That's the log line of this video. Whew. Feels good to get that off my chest. See? All right, kids. I'll see you in the next one.